Hi all, so welcome back to our channel Ach'z and Ach'z here. So in this section we are going to see some lexical resources, that means vocabularies which you can able to apply in your IELTS essay to score high. The lexical resources carries 25% of your score, so you need to use good vocabs to score high. So in this section we are going to study 15 vocabs which you can able to use. So let's start from the first one. First one, irrefutable. Irrefutable, that means impossible to deny or disprove. We'll see some example also for your better understanding. It is irrefutable that progress in technology leads to environmental problems, because we can't able to deny that the progress in technology leads to environmental problems. It is irrefutable that consumerism is promoted in many nations of the world. We can't able to deny that consumerism is promoted in many nations of the world. So instead of deny, impossible to deny, you can able to use the word irrefutable, especially during your introduction part. Then the second word, indubitable. Indubitable, that means there is no doubt. Impossible to doubt or unquestionable, in the sense you can use indubitable. We'll see some example. It is indubitable that traffic congestion is a growing concern in many parts of the world, which means there is no doubt that traffic congestion is a growing concern in many parts of the world. It is indubitable that the bicycle is being used less and less as a preferred mode of transport. In today's society, there is no doubt that people are using less bicycle as a mode of transport. Okay, so the next one, inclined to believe. Inclined to believe. This particular term you can able to use when you are giving your opinion. That means you have an opinion, but it is not strong opinion. You can use this term, inclined to believe. I'm inclined to believe that there is something peculiar about the characteristics of a person. I'm inclined to believe they will continue. That means you have this opinion, but not a strong opinion, means you can just mention. Especially during this balanced opinion type essay and all, you can use this particular phrase. Next one, obvious reason. Obvious reason. Whenever you want to give reason for your opinion or your point, in the sense you can use this term, obvious reason. Easy to see or understand. Easy to see or understand, that means if it is evident, in the sense you can use the word obvious reason. The most obvious reason is that roads are very congested as the number of vehicles has increased to uncontrolled levels in the past decades, which means it is evident that roads are congested or the traffic congestion increased because of increased number of vehicles. Next one, the most obvious reason why some are opposed to international tourism is that tourists may unknowingly show disrespect for local culture. That means it is evident that some of people or the government or the people are not promoting tourism because they are showing some disrespect towards the local culture. Next word, however. I think you are familiar with this particular word, but some of them don't know where to use this particular cohesive device. It's a connector, right? Used to introduce a statement that contrasts with, especially in case of discussion type essay and all. Mainly you are using the starters like on the one hand, and in the second body while mentioning the contradicting view you will use on the other hand. Instead of on the other hand, you can put however. However means you are going to write the contradicting view or just opposite idea. It's a cohesive device to show contradicting view. So instead of on the other hand or writing in contrast, you can use however. Not only in case of task 2, in task 1 also you can use this. Whenever you want to show one particular trend and you are going to write about just opposite trend in this sense. And other than this, when you are giving your opinion in discussion with opinion type, that means discuss both views and state your opinion. Anyway, you need to discuss both the argument, but you are supporting any particular side. In this sense, you can just write it as this essay shall look into both arguments. I, however, side with the former view. That means you are supporting the first argument. Anyway, you are going to write about both the side, but you are supporting the first argument. Okay. Then the next one, as a result. As a result. That means because of something. As a result of this thing, as a result of that thing, because of something. That is the meaning of that. We'll see some example. Fast foods are eaten alone mostly because they do not appeal to the palate of the older members. As a result, family bonds or relationship are getting blurred. Okay, the next one, as a result of an accident, he has out of work for 3 months. Because of this particular accident, he can't able to join for the work for 3 months. As a result, because of something, as a result of this thing, he can't able to do. So the next word is admittedly. This one also mostly we will use as a cohesive device or starter to start a one particular body paragraph and all. So admittedly means used to express a concession or recognition that something is the case. This is the case. Okay, or to show your acceptance, you can use this particular word. Admittedly, this trend has harmful effect on individuals. You are accepting that or you are recognizing that this trend has harmful effect on individuals. The habit of eating fast food. Maybe you are talking about that. So you can just say, admittedly, this trend has harmful effect on individuals. Admittedly, the advertising industry create jobs for thousands of people. Maybe you just written something negative about this advertising or marketing techniques and all. Then at last you can write, admittedly, the advertising industry create jobs for thousands of people. Even though these all things are there, but we are accepting or we are recognizing that advertising industry create jobs or job opportunity to so many people. So the next one, what is more? Whenever you need to give additional information, you can use this particular phrase, what is more. Same like moreover, add to it, additionally, or furthermore. These all other things we will write whenever you want to write any extra body paragraph about any particular site. So whenever you want to give any additional body paragraph, or whenever you need to give any additional point, you can just use this particular term. Then the next one, for instance. Instead of writing for example, or to exemplify again and again, you can use for instance. Okay, example. For instance, about 10 years ago, we hardly saw kiwi fruit which is from New Zealand. For instance, the Times of India reported the case about the accident like that. So instead of writing for example or to exemplify, you can use the word for instance. You know that, I think you already know that we are not allowed to repeat any cohesive devices in an essay. Okay, moving on to the next one, in spite of. Same like despite, in spite of. Even though there is something unpleasant or bad happening, instead of writing anyway or although, you can use the term in spite of. Here is some example. In spite of his poor vision, he reads book. That means even though or although this person is having poor vision, he reads book. Then also he like to read books. In spite of being great pain, he laughs. Though he is having great pain due to any fall or accident, he laughs. He likes to smile. Okay, so that is in spite of. Then the next one, that is a correlative conjunction, not only but also. It's a combo pack, we can say, not only but also. It's a correlative conjunction used to present two relative pieces of information. If you want to connect two different points about any particular thing or any particular concept, you can use this phrase. We'll see some example. By protecting endangered animals, we ensure not only their survival but also the biodiversity that is necessary for the ecological health of the planet. If you are protecting or if you are taking care about the endangered animals, we are making sure about two things. That's why we use this particular phrase. There is survival and also we are caring about the biodiversity. So the next example, I think you are so familiar with this particular example from long back. He is not only tall but also strong. To represent two characteristics of a person, you can use this not only but also. Next word, in order to. In order to. Used to express the purpose of something. You need to express the purpose of anything means you can use the term in order to. In order to determine if there is any level of danger in these drugs, these are first tested on animals. Animal experimentation, extinction of animal, these type of topics are very common nowadays. So that time you can use this phrase in order to determine if there is any level of dangers in this drug. What about the after effect, or is there is any side effect to this particular drug? These are just trying out in animals. So in order to determine, to understand the purpose of. Okay, next one, I will do my best in order to meet you soon. It's a common phrase. I will do my best in order to meet you. So the purpose of doing well is to meet you. Meet any loved ones. Next one, hence. Hence. Instead of writing so and all, you can use the term hence as a consequence or for the reason. Instead of writing so, this, therefore, you can use this particular word hence as a consequence or for a reason. That is the meaning. Okay, we'll see some example. The cost of transport is a major expense for an industry. Hence, factory location is an important consideration. The cost of transport is a major expense for an industry. So, factory location is an important consideration. Instead of writing so, we use the term hence as a consequence. For this particular reason, they just considered the factory location. These bags are made by hand and hence quite expensive. These bags are handmade as a consequence or for that particular reason, this is very expensive. Okay, so as a consequence or for this particular reason, you can use the term hence. So the next one, paramount. Paramount. So to show that more important, this is very valuable, or this is the one very supreme or dominant. Instead of writing more important or supreme, vital, you can use the term paramount. The child's welfare must be seen as paramount. That means child's welfare should be considered or seen as very important. So the next example, there are many priorities, but reducing the budget deficit is paramount. We have so many priorities, or the government want to look after for so many priorities, but reducing the budget deficit or to make the sufficient fund, that is very important. That is very paramount. So the last one, reiterate. Reiterate. Instead of writing restate in conclusion, you can use this particular term reiterate. Say something again. I like to restate. Instead of that, you can use I like to reiterate. To sum up, it can be reiterated that, or to conclude, I reiterate my opinion or my view that. Just continue. So that's it regarding this particular section. I hope you understood regarding the usage of this 15 words. So try to use it while you're writing your IELTS essays. Definitely it will help you out to score high in your lexical resources. So if you want more videos like this, try to comment that below and try to follow our channel to get an assistance in your IELTS preparation. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon to get the notification. If you need any online assistance in the sense, you can just contact us directly. We are providing online IELTS classes and 2 to 3 slots are available now. So book your seats. So thank you so much and stay tuned for more updates.